Hi guys, I wasn't sure last time whether I gave you an exclusive on that letter with Sarah Boone, but it turns out that I did, and it looks like I've actually got another one for you. So in the last video, there were pages missing. I said that at the time. However, I've now got them pages. She's got like a bit of a 2-page letter before she starts getting into the previous letter that she sent where the pages was missing. I might try and get through that a lot quicker and just concentrate more on the 2 pages that are missing. Because we've already done that, so you already know, and there's quite a few YouTubers as well after me that put that on also, so you've probably heard that quite a few times. We'll just concentrate on them 2 pages, okay? So let's just start with what she's got to say for herself first. Just before I start, quick disclaimer: everything you hear in this video, it's from my own research. Remember that, my own research. It's my opinion and it's for entertainment purposes only. That out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so let me read this letter to you. You have to excuse the bins. Right, so she puts her little bit in first. As you can see at the top of this letter, it's dated the 14th of April. So you can see how far behind they are with scanning stuff in and putting it on record. Refer to Judge, to whom it may concern. The enclosed letter I sent the 22nd of March 23 was scanned incorrectly on the clerk's website, on the 1st and 3rd page. So I'm resending with nothing on the backs to avoid confusion and were missed previously. I also received a copy of my copied letter today with only the same 2 pages included. Are my letters even being read? I wrote 4, but only 2 were copied, uploaded and mailed. Clerical error, ? An update while already contacting you. Mr. Banquets has not met with me personally, face to face. Ongoing now 2 months, 8 more weeks. The 2 phone numbers given still do not work or is off his phone answered when someone trying on the outside. Judge Wooten, can you please have Mr. Banquets fix the phone problem? ? Capitals, angry girl there. He asked me for information, some critical and time sensitive, which I complete expeditiously for him, but then have no way to relay successfully, in return hindering progress and creating even more to discussion a 15-minute video visit when he does actually schedule it and it work. Sorry, this is not my grammar. Even PDs answer their calls, and I have yet to be able to speak to my court-appointed attorney on 2 phone numbers for 9 months. July the 11th, 2023 is my 1-year mark, another milestone while here. With Mr. Banquets as my attorney, it is also my next PTC. Will I be able to attend and be included as I was previously at the last? Thank you. Please also include me in the status hearing as they say in the States, status hearing you mentioned to the court during the last conference, which is supposed to happen sometime prior to the next PTC in July. That's pre-trial conference, by the way. I am still waiting patiently and respectfully. 6,480 hours later, with Mr. Banquets as my attorney, waiting for him to contact me and hoping just one of his phone numbers will finally work so we can pick up speed to provide significant progress in the upcoming meeting. Thank you for reading my entire letter and uploading correctly for all the world to read also, critique and judge wrongly and incorrectly. As usual, ignorance is bliss. I said it before, I think she's talking about me again. I wonder what platform of popularity I will be featured on next, and how much wasted time, effort and thought will be put into mutating and grossly exaggerating my case information. Racketeered to the World Wide Web. SMH, run with it. Oh. LBC, Lounge Bar Crime. I wonder too if I have a panel of letter readers dedicated to all the ones I have written. Enjoy, there's more to come. The sarcasm in it. Shout out to my supporters. I cannot imagine anybody supporting her other than I think I have been the nicest in that I've tried to play devil's advocate in that they just push this case along, and not for her, for Georgie's family, as I've mentioned previously, for justice, and for Brian, and for that little lad. I'm not using names or nothing. I just want Brian and his little lad to go off into the sunset. I've got a terrible feeling that's never going to happen. But really, Brian should take that child away from this and start a new life. And I know he's probably got his friends and all the rest of it as well. I don't know. I'm not experiencing in that kind of thing, but it's going to take a real experienced counsellor to speak to that lad and Brian in order for them to move on without feeling obligated, which she says further on, just looking down there. I've left that there. She says, everyone is waiting, not on me. You would think the experts that she's looking for to defend her are going to use this bee wife syndrome, right? And alcohol, all these things, right? So she said that when she was supposedly going through all this bee wife stuff. But what has she learned? She's learned nothing, because here we are, moved on, she's waiting for a court date, and she's still saying the same as what she was saying when George was in that suitcase. So she deserves no experts. She's learned nothing, because Sarah Boone is Sarah Boone. That's her all over. She didn't give one toss about what she's done. She only cares about her. And even now, she's defensive and she's got attitude. She's not. That is one statement she should not be saying, because that is a statement that could be used in court against her. And there she is, gobbing it off again.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, the 2 pages that was missing, I'm not just going to read them 2 pages, don't worry. But I don't want to read out 4 pages to you, because I know that you've heard this, because I know I was the exclusive that brought it to you. Shut up. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip over the pages just to refresh your memory, as they say in court. With page 1, I'll read page 2, refresh your memory with page 3, and then read page 4. Okay, so page 1. Excuse me, sorry. So she's writing to Bankiewicz, obviously a copy to the judge and the courts. She tells him it's her 3rd letter. She goes on about the telephone numbers. She's not connecting. Bankiewicz had told her that one hadn't been activated yet, so she's asking now, can you please activate it? Then we go on to page 2, which is what we missed. She says, so I know you've attempted to schedule the minimum of 15-minute video calls, 2 within the last week, the first having technical difficulties and cancelled, and the second was a no-show. What it seems to be is every time you're on your end, whatever the disconnect is, so what she's saying is, whenever there's a disconnect, it's on your end. I'm extremely frustrated and worried not being able to communicate with you, even just sometimes, especially when there are very important, pressing discussions needing to be had already, but have not. From no means of successful communications. Mr. Bankiewicz, why do the phone numbers 2 still not work? You've given me over 8 months ago and you keep telling me to call. Neither work and have yet to be answered. Why are you not responding to any of my letters 3 so far? Why are you unable to correctly set up a video call if you are even on the call? If you are even on the call. Please know, even though I am temporarily an inmate and incarcerated, I do have a schedule with classes. Dorm trustees trustee duties and medical appointments, which I have to be excused from for nothing. Please fix the connection problem. Remember too, please, I am just back to the starting line, barely, with you as my attorney, and I have yet to be able to even speak to you on the phone. I am genuinely concerned with the numerous promises you have made and even suggested yourself that will work or can be done, but they do not yet. I need your help, and you are graciously offered to, and you have graciously offered to. But when? Please. Then she goes on, talks about when the pre-trial is. She talks about the main component in my case, especially if we are still unestablished. She talks about being in attendance, and she asks him to help me understand how Court TV and Dawn from LOUNGEBARCRIME has all this information, and not me. Yeah. So if you remember, I did go on about, I did do a video on that about going on about YouTubers. Okay, so that was mainly. So then she says, so many questions, concerns piling and piling up, not being able to remedy. This is a page we didn't read. Remedy or complete from no communication. Please change, answer, fix, or present, please. Everything you have given me to complete has been done on top of everything else I am dealing with, keeping at bay and really trying to figure out by myself, since you are unable to, even just by answering the phone once. I don't know what else to say. Well, we gathered that because you haven't said anything else but that. That is not already. Many times I am still here, still waiting, still hoping, 3 years later and counting with you, Mr. Bankiewicz, 8 months and counting ready whenever you are. Sorry, 8 months and counting ready when you are. Trying my best always and thanking you in advance. And that's the end of that letter. If you can just see the difference in that, because don't forget that was the previous letter with the missing pages, the difference on how she ends that letter in comparison to how she ended the previous letter with the shout out to my supporters, everyone is waiting, not on me. That means not my fault. That's what she means when she's saying not on me. It's not my fault. They're all waiting. It's, you know, it's not on me. Anyway, so you can see that sarcasm is coming back. It's there. No doubt it's been there all along, and it's probably still there with people in prison. I don't know. But that attitude, really, all that is doing is proving that it was nothing to do with B-wife syndrome. It was nothing to do with drink, because she's not going through any of them things now. And yet that not on me, not my fault, that attitude is still there. She's learned nothing, and I've said it all along, she's learned nothing. So the dates for the trial, they're still July, they've not changed. I'll put them at the bottom of the screen, and I'll also put them in the description, so they're there for if you want to come back and refer to them. You can just go into the description. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'm all over this case. I'm all over the Dan Markel case. Also, other cases that I'm also doing. Some of them will be popping up this week as well. I'm on Patreon, Twitter. All that will be in the details below. So if you want to stay ahead, this is my second exclusive on this case now. That nobody else has done. You won't see these missing pages anywhere. I will be the first, I guarantee you. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so if you want more of this, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you soon. In between, and take care, stay safe, and come back. Bye.